Risk management is one of my favorite topics, so I'm excited to jump into Mastering Cyber Resilience Textbook Chapter 3, which relates to CCRF Exam Domain 5, making up 20% of the exam. Risk is the heart and center of cybersecurity governance, risk, and compliance, GRC, which is what I do every day. And I found that risk can be your superpower and opportunity to make an outsized impact if you can learn to do it well and get a broad view of risk across a company. Then, while everyone else is specialized on their function, you are in a unique position to help the business prioritize where to focus, which can then help it reliably achieve objectives. So let's jump right into the lesson. It says here, understanding risk management is crucial before we later dive into the NIST Cybersecurity Framework. That makes sense. In both accounting and cybersecurity, they use what they call a risk-based approach to control work, meaning you need to ensure that any controls you put in place are right-sized to the risk, or like, what is the problem we're solving with controls? Let's just get clear on that first. Understand the risk. This chapter provides a solid foundation in risk management so that we can navigate the complex landscape of cybersecurity. It's certainly a complex landscape. There's a lot of attack surface, and we need to be able to ruthlessly prioritize our security work, our resilience work. The first lesson objective in Domain 5 is numbered 5.1, explain the fundamentals of risk management. Lots of terms and acronyms here. If you've done Security Plus, you've seen them before. But if you haven't, that's totally cool. That's why we're here, and we'll unpack each one. So you can join those Security Plus and similar people to talk shop about likelihood, impact, RTO, TCO, and the rest on the page here. Then in 5.2, it says, given a scenario, determine the appropriate risk response to a threat or vulnerability. And in 5.3, recommend some risk mitigations for that. So to illustrate what this is all about, let's just use a quick example. So if we take personal email and our friends and family, maybe we run into Uncle Carl at a barbecue, and his risk response to email security is acceptance. He can't be bothered to use a password manager in MFA because he just says, you know, I got nothing to hide. I'm not worried if someone gets into my email. I've got 99 other more important and urgent problems to deal with. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to sleep fine. I just accept that risk. Now, you might say, hey, Uncle Carl, something that a lot of people don't realize initially is that their online banking sends password reset emails to their personal email accounts. So personal email accounts are a juicy target for criminals that want to steal your money. They get into your email, they pivot into your bank. So another option you could consider here is avoidance. Just stop using email, don't allow those password resets to go to it from your bank, and you won't have to worry about hackers. Of course, then you won't have email, so maybe you want something else. Maybe you want to do a transference strategy. So you could get a cyber insurance policy, and in the event that you have an email compromise and lose some money or some critical data or your identity, then from paying those premiums, you could then get a payout back from your insurance company to cover the cost and inconvenience you'd then have to go through should this happen. Or if you don't like that option, we could talk about mitigations, and now we're back to password managers and MFA and think before you click training. So you get an idea here that there are different ways to address that risk of securing your personal email, whether you do it or whether you don't. You've got 4 options. And then we're also talking about some of the threats, the vulnerabilities, weak passwords, not having MFA. You could go really deep in this topic, but I'll keep it high level for now. Recommending options and determining trade-offs. How do we help Uncle Carl find the right balance that meet his needs and that don't make him kind of unwittingly exposed to risks he might not know about, but you can help him with.